Hi everybody, welcome back. Had some technical difficulties, tried my best to get it sorted out today. I'm going to be continuing the video, as the title will tell you, with Pokemon Yellow. So we're going to get it started. Excuse me, I'm a little sick right now. We're getting over sickness. I think this is about the right volume to where you can still hear the game, maybe a little lower. And have it be where you can hear me too. Sorry, I'm really out of it. Got a lot of random crap on the desk, and this is running today, so I had noticed the noise on some test runs wasn't too bad. If I keep looking over here, it's because that's where my camera used to be. I moved it to my primary monitor now, so it's like I'm looking at you guys too, instead of just kind of a thing, you know? Or looking over here, and yada yada yada. All that terrible, terrible stuff. I'm gonna go ahead and get it started. Oh, no! We lost everything, guys. Son of a nutcracker. That's disheartening. I just had an update to the software on the operator, which is probably why we lost the data. Well, I guess we'll start over. I'll try to run through this a lot faster this time. No reading, no commentary. Try to stick with the same stuff that we did before. Talk about some new things. Do what I can. Keep looking over there. You guys are here now. All right. I know that's not the name we picked last time. I think we picked Ash last time. But we're going to redo this, right? Since it's my playthrough, we're going to go with Dreamfinder, as abbreviated as possible. I put the J in there, but there's not enough tiles. Oh man, I could easily come up with a name that would be very, very rude. But that would be discrediting a lot of good times that I've had with that individual. So I'm not going to do that. Let me finish cleaning my glasses. Alright, I know what I'm going to do. Nightmare. That'll be the rival. Dreamfinder and Nightmare. Technically, it should have been like Nightmare Seeker or something like that. Or, I don't know. Just a fun little, like, anti. And I'll do that for all the versions. Sorry, putting some Tamagotchis to sleep. I already said it was going to be faster, and I'm already going slower, so let's go. I think I talked about last time, how that'll work. I always name the Pikachu Athena, and I always name my Ghastly Hera. I'll never get it to a Gengar in this one. Excuse me, sadly, because of issues. After I'm done with this, I'm going to make sure to save an extra file onto the system so we can access that at any time. I'll do that post-video, obviously, but you know. It's okay. I was gonna rename the Nidoran male anyways once I got to the name rater, because if I remember, I named him Percy for the leader of Troy. I think it was. Might not. I don't think it was Percy actually. It's something that sounds way too modern for the rest of the Greek names. But I should have named him. I believe it was Agamemnon. But I got a chance to fix that now, so it's not all bad. Let me adjust you guys a little bit. Yeah. I guess while I'm playing, I can talk about some of the stuff that you can see. So yeah, I've got my 3D printer running today. I'm printing stuff up that I got off of lootstudios.com. For some of the D&D games I run. It's going to be some assembly required, some stuff needed. Like that, painting as well. I'm using a pretty stock filament right now that I've been using to print droids as well, which I'm going to do something about that. I need to link the Discord channel for those who are interested in joining the Dreamport and Dreamfinder Jack Discord channel. I did plan at one point on running a bunch of different characters and attitudes. I may still dress up as those, just to suit the situation as time goes on. But for the most part, that section's gonna kind of fizzle out. I guess I'll leave explanations about what all that was, what I was going for with it, why it was of interest, things like that. And yeah, just for anybody who comes across these videos and is interested. The last couple videos that I've made on the channel have actually gotten a surprising amount of interaction, and it's made me very happy to see. I know that I've watched each one of my videos at least once, because I kind of take notes afterwards to go, this isn't what I should be doing, this is what I should be doing. I would like to point out, using my mouse, right here is the YouTube view button. That's just how many people are watching during a live stream. It's not going to change or do anything here. I have little widgets that I use as well. I'll do a test of each. As you can see, Pokemon is important to me. I use a lot of Pokemon stuff. Nintendo as well, with Majora's Mask there. Skull Kid being one of my favorites. I haven't maxed out all of them, so those two, it's just zombies. And then Yoshi with Baby Mario. I'm planning on working on other ones, and eventually getting custom ones too. I think that would be fun. Things that help represent the channel better. Ooh. Excuse me. But, yeah. I wanted to wait for the reel to finish that I was working on, otherwise I would have been recording this earlier. It is now night out. I planned on recording it much earlier today, but a lot of stuff came up. I've been going through kind of a crisis, which is why it's been 3 months since my last post, even though I talked about doing it sooner than that, because I did a trip to Florida, and it was supposed to help with my mental health, but it ended up, due to unforeseen circumstances, kind of messed with things. And it kind of made it a little more complex. And I'm not going to get super detailed on it, because that's more of my personal life. I'm just trying to explain my little gap here. Before that, I had a lot of other stuff going on, because I have large gaps before that, and some of it's stress, anxiety, etc. induced, and yeah, it kind of messes with you, makes it hard to be willing to do things. Plus, I've moved since I started streaming and posting videos like this. I have moved twice, once from where I'm at now to the city of Anaheim, and then back to where I'm at. And it's been hectic. I've been through a lot of my personal life as well, that are for things that I don't need to get into, and I won't be getting into too heavily. Suffice it to say, I ended up getting something that was great for me and losing it very shortly after, and it was very upsetting for me. I don't know why, but Professor Oak's face there, the way that they did the pixel art for it, I think it's supposed to be like old man wrinkles, but he's always looked like he's like, I need you to study Pokemon. Welcome to the wonderful world of Pokemon. Aren't Pokemon great? You know, just constantly angry kind of a thing. It's kind of funny. I forgot my Figment inside. I have a Figment that I used to put on live streams with me. I'm working on getting him a little shoulder. We're gonna build him a little shoulder chair. So I'll just pop this up again. I know it's on the channel as well, but just want to really quick. My little gaming buddy there. As you can see, I got the Pokeball, and the GameCube controller, and then that's supposed to be me in the Dreamfinder outfit. I'm working on getting that getting one of those for myself eventually, and I probably will wear that on the channel for certain things that are more fun and whimsical, things like that. I have a game that I just picked up for this. I played it for free on my Xbox. I have it on Steam, and I am super excited to play it. I know a lot of people have been playing it. I'm not gonna play it because they're playing it, and I'm like, oh, I want to jump on the cloud. I know, I love games like that. I haven't gotten very far on the Xbox version, and I uninstalled it. But I'm just looking forward to playing that. I'm also working on getting better equipment. I had a malfunction today where my voice was echoing over all the audio, so you'd hear me twice. And hearing me once like this can already be a little awkward and annoying. So I had to fix that, and that took a little while. I'm probably going to go about the same amount of time as before with the hour-long, just because you can really grind a lot in an hour and go nowhere in this game. And I like that, I will admit. But I believe it was Aaron Hansen on Game Grumps who was talking about, in regards to these games, the illusion of grinding is not the making of a better game, or something along those lines. Don't quote me exactly on that, I'm trying, but failing to quote him on that. And it's what makes this game take so long, is you have to just grind out leveling up your Pokemon and working hard and playing hard. Things like that. I actually have a ton of these buttons left over. Because I was like, because for a little while there I was like, oh, I'm going to make it big. I'm going to do what all the other YouTubers do, and I'm going to... Excuse me. I'm going to make it. I'm going to make something of myself while doing it, which I didn't do this last time. I actually lost last time. So, yay on me for winning this time. I'm going to repeat a couple little things from last time just because I find them so fun. Oh my goodness. It doesn't just dislike Pokeballs, it dislikes me. So yeah, because last time I lost, and I'm going to leave that video up because you can see a few extra detail changes. In that one, it has a thought bubble of a skull that goes over you if you lose. If you win, though, it's just indifferent to you, which it takes longer to get to in the main game. Yeah, this always made me happy. I said in my last video I was gonna bring out my actual Athena plush too. I've had it since the 90s, since the first Pokemon movie came out. My mom took me out of school, and I went to see that movie in theaters, and beforehand she got me that Pikachu plush. Like, we went into a store and I picked it up, and that's how I got my Athena. I've gotten an identical one from the same group and everything for one of my daughters, and she loved it for like 3 days, and then, as most babies do, moved on to the next plushie that came to her. But she goes back to it on occasion, and her younger sister also does as well. But yeah, I said I was gonna bring that. There's a whole lot I forgot to do from the last time, but it's been 3 months, and I've been going through personal hell, and getting to do this is just soothing for me. Sorry, I got a notification on my phone. That's rude of me. I should not be checking my phone while I'm recording a video or streaming or things like that. I mean, it's not like it's a live stream where I could take a pause and put up with it. I need to make one of those. I've got a lot of work to do. Yeah, I might sit in with everyone at some point and just kind of do like some like random background stuff while talking as well, besides just the game. Like I said, I'm mostly doing this to try to speed through what I'm already supposed to have done. And I'm waiting here because the Pikachu dances, which I did not find out until I think it was late last year or early this year. And not even from playing the game. I watched somebody else play it and it did that, and I loaded up the game on my actual Game Boy, and holy crap, it was so cool. One of the coolest things I've ever seen was that. And I know it seems dumb. Nothing wrong with being a kid at heart, though. I'm going to be talking a lot because I'm not focused on what's going on in the game fully. One of the things I'm working on that I may have, that I might live broadcast, actually, is I'm currently building a Pokemon-style D&D game based off an old card game that Hasbro put out ages ago. I have a copy of it, and they only ever released the starter kit. I got mine for a pretty good price because people just had it and were like, I don't want it, kind of a thing. It's excuse me. It's been a fun little pet project of mine. I'm working on maps on a website. I'm building using Nintendo's and Game Freak's official music for Pokemon. I'm actually building a playlist, and I have the music from this generation, from Fire Red and Leaf Green, I think Heart Gold and Soul Silver, Let's Go Eevee and Pikachu as well. And then the Gold and Silver versions of all the songs, which are pretty much the same as these. I don't think there's too many differences. I'm going to fix a few things that I didn't personally like that they did in the games. Setting up a whole huge, just massive story for like what's going on. So I might have you guys sit in while I'm working on the stuff. I'm going to make a secondary playlist for like item grabs, using things, small sounds, so it's like more of a soundboard. I may even edit my stream deck over here to do that. Eventually I'm going to be working on either modifying or replacing the computer that I'm currently using, so I can put my capture card in so I can play some of the stuff that's on. I don't have Pokeballs. So that I can record stuff off of there, because I've made promises to some friends of doing certain things, and I haven't been able to because my capture card doesn't work anymore. It worked for a little bit. I plan on doing my, I've talked about it a lot on my Twitch channel and on here a little bit. I actually plan on every year, I'm going to be doing an Amiibo tournament in Smash Bros. I'm always grabbing new Amiibo whenever I can find them. I've got 2 from Universal Studios. I have Luigi and Daisy. Oof. Excuse me. And I have a bunch from other games. I'm working on finishing my collection. But I'm going to keep doing the tournaments while I can. Whenever I have an odd number of combatants, I will always add in ones that have lost to give them a second chance, especially if they've lost on like the first round. Because that means that they just kind of instantly out. and then it gets bracketed down from there. I usually go for big tournaments, but I might do smaller ones, so it's like one day 16 fighters maximum. Because previously I was doing like whatever the absolute max is. Alright. So spoiled on these later games. Yeah, I'll probably stream some of the stuff that I'm doing from other Pokemon games as well that are more modern. For now, I'm going to stick with these ones, of course. But, yeah, I can talk more about Pokemon too, just to stay on subject. I managed to grab this when I was doing a job application. It's a little Nanoblox Totodile. I'm not sponsored by them. I do not work for them. I do not cohabitate with them, but it's the only way to get these little guys like this that are more pixely. The only other way is to go through Mega Bloks, which I don't think they're called Mega Bloks anymore. I think it's just Mega. Oh, it's gonna get KO'd in one hit. Miracle! I have a Rattata. I'm not gonna do as, like, central of a theme either this time. I'm just gonna kind of go with the vibes. Man, hard to believe I've already wasted about 20 minutes of time just talking like this. Ooh, excuse me, but it is fun to talk. Hopefully I'm not super annoying. And if I am, I do apologize. I'm just kind of in a habitual talking mode right now, as I'm fixing everything else in my life. I just tend to ramble. Plus, I don't like long silences in these, and I don't want to make it awkward for you guys. But I do enjoy this, and I enjoy getting to share things. I said I was going to talk more about the stuff in the back, of course. I'd forgotten about that. Up in the back, I have a bunch of popcorn buckets. Those are my dice buckets. I need to kind of reorganize them a little bit, so I might do that on stream too. You know, just go through that. I have a Figment up there, right there. Ooh, that might not die. Oh, I've got an Eggman Lego set right there. That was the first of the Sonic sets that I bought. I'm planning on getting all of them because they're fun builds. They have a lot of unique elements. That is barely gonna make it. I'm at a potion Pokeball right now. What else do we have back there that's visible? Oh, Mario Kart right there is the red one. Next to, I gotta remember how cameras work. Right there next to Figment, that's a Mario Kart. Figment right there. Right there's an AT-AT. That one is not a popcorn bucket. I do have that one. It's inside and it's busted, unfortunately. That is part of the Micro Galaxy series right there. I have that one. I've got a bunch on the box right there. And then a bunch in this shelf directly behind me. I may show those off and talk about those a little bit. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. You know, oh, that's my pin board right there. That is a pin board of non-tradable pins that I have. I do have Disney tradable pins. I believe they're also in here right now. I have a bag for them as well. I'm gonna go with the same name. That ain't right. That didn't go right either. I'm going to check on that. Once again, I apologize. Horrible behavior, I know. I mean, it's not the worst thing that people have done on streams, I'm sure. Actually, I know. I unfortunately saw some things on a stream once on TikTok that was not so positive. Alchemy Index. Ah, that's what I did wrong. Spiro. That one will be Icarus, because Icarus flew too close to the sun and fell, whereas Daedalus flew higher, or flew better and was able to stay up high. Dumb little reference, I know, but it's something I'm passionate about once again. And then I got this from one of the jobs that I worked. I won't go into too terribly much detail about that. Suffice it to say that at one point I was signed off on and actively working on a steam train as a fireman. Some people may recognize the logo out there. If you do, hey, good on you. Maybe I actually saw you on there, and you didn't know that I was me, and I didn't know that you were you. But it was a fun job, one of the best jobs I've ever had, and unfortunately my mental health crisis is part of the reason why I'm not on that anymore. Not good to have negative thoughts and risks when you're working on what is effectively a pressurized canister. If you don't know what a pressurized canister does when it gets too much pressure built into it, you can look online for people who drop Mentos in soda bottles, shake it up, seal it, and throw it. The bottle usually kind of... That is, with when people are not in the right amount of training or anything like that, that can theoretically happen on a train. And that's not to scare anybody away from this train or any of the other trains that are out there. It's just something that can happen. And if you look at the history of steam trains like that, when they first came out, they were doing that a lot because people didn't know what they were doing. It really doesn't happen anymore, and it's usually considered negligence, and I can vouch 100%, not speaking for the company or any of its branding that has this emblem on it. With 100% certainty, I know those guys are serious about their job, because if I even made a small mistake that wasn't life-threatening, just something where, like, I'm not paying attention to cleaning something properly on the train when it's sitting in a station or sitting in a roundhouse, they would get on me about that. And I am very happy that they did, because it made me a better person. The boss I had did a really good job of keeping me focused and informed on what I needed to do as well, so that really helped with making sure. And a lot of what he told me on that job, actually both of the bosses that I had, well, a lot of what they told me on the job, as well as my trainers, how many people were training me? We cycled trainers out, obviously, because everybody runs it differently, and you gotta know what you're doing, so it's best to see it from a bunch of different ways. I think I got trained by at least half the crew that I worked with. Got signed off nice and quick, so it's not like I was bad at it or anything, I promise. But the guys that trained me, I would be honored to call pretty much any of them a friend as well, but definitely as coworkers, they're good people. They did their jobs, they focused, they stuck with what they needed to do, and they made sure to let me know better ways to do things, or things that suit me, because I'm shorter than most people that I worked with. Because I actually have a defect where this arm is about an inch shorter. I can't really show it off too well right now, just because I wanted to get through this as fast as I can. But, yeah, there's no real good way to do it, but basically when my arms are fully outstretched, which they are right now, my left arm is longer than my right arm. So they had to help me adjust for that. I have short legs, I'm 2/3 torso. So they had to help me with that as well. But they were all willing to work with me. They were all like, if I had something like a small slip up, they'd remind me. And for a little while at the beginning, especially when I was like, no, I can do this, I can prove that I can do this, I did take it to heart as like, these guys don't like me and stuff like that. And then I noticed that they do it with each other too. They, there's guys that have been on the rails for like 4 years, something happens and somebody calls them out like, hey, yo, what are you doing? And I would gladly go back to this job again, with 100% certainty. When I'm in a better place, I would absolutely love to get back into that job. Nothing like it in the world that I've ever done or seen. So few places still operate steam engines too. So it's definitely a unique experience and something I love. I have model railroads. As the guys on the rails would say and make fun of me for, I guess I'm a little bit of a foamer. I blame my dad. He collected model trains, and that was a lot of fun for me to do with him. Wow, a level 3 Pidgey that has the same strength as a level 4 Pidgey. Then again, it's a level 2 Rattata. Yeah, oh yeah, the significance of this one too. This is my favorite starter of all time. Totodile is my favorite starter ever. I absolutely love the little guy. Or gal. Whatever you get. Yay, Jerry leveled up. Jerry has better stats. But yeah, so that's what this is. I have a train, actually, popcorn bucket from Disneyland. When you pull the smokestack out, you can blow into it, and it's a little train whistle. If I blow into that, my daughter will mimic it and start following me around. She's learning to love the trains as well. At least in this stage. She's very young still. She'll be 2 in March. Yeah, so that's a lot of fun. What else do I have back there that's visible? If I turn, you can kind of see some of the boxes I have down here on this shelf. And some of the ones on this shelf actually are D&D boxes. I have a few more of the models like that one up there on that shelf as well. A lot of that stuff I'll go over. I'm working on getting stuff to block out like this or that stuff back there. Working on getting a better office space, so to speak, as well. I should have swapped. Jerry's gonna faint now. Dang it. I'll go until Daedalus is weaker. Yeah, I don't think I'm gonna find anything else over here. I guess I'll go up, I'll heal Jerry. And then I'll bypass where the Nidorans are for now. And just go into Verdine Forest and try to get some of the Pokemon in there, because I can get a Weedle. And a lot of items. A lot of items. But yeah, so I'm working on a D&D for this. I have other D&D games. This one's going for my amusement park that I've done a few live streams for over on my Twitch. Also, I know that up... where's my mouse? There it is. Right here it says press escape to exit emulation. On the last video and the video that came out right before it, I did show off the cartridge that I am using. It is an authentic one, and I can even prove that after I'm done with this. Because the reader that I have that allows it to play on the computer will tell you if you have an authentic cartridge or not. Excuse me again. I know that's not the most pleasant thing in the world, but my voice is unfortunately kind of shot from all the coughing I've been doing lately. And I haven't really had a lot of time to do this as much as I would like, and my window was supposed to be larger, but due to unforeseen but good circumstances, I do want to emphasize that they are good circumstances. I'm no longer going to be able to make these videos within my range. I'm sure a lot of people know this already, but when when in Japanese, this old man does not reference coffee, he references more like alcohol. One of the cultural changes. But yeah, this way. Yeah, it uses the same music for both sides of this route, because it technically is, in this game, the same route. Oh, there's a hair right there. That was weird. Oh, I forgot you can get the Nidorans up here, too. Oh, I've got something in my nose. I'm going to have to take care of that later. Good damage so I can take 5 hits. Oh, now I can't. But yeah. Oh, it's still only doing 3 damage. We'll do one more tackle, and then we'll try to catch it. Blink. I've always found it interesting how, for this game, just because of the technological limitations, I mean, none of the sounds that should be playing right now are because of the Rattata being injured. Beef up Claire right now. Ooh. I absolutely love the music from Pokemon. If it wasn't for the fact that it's not royalty free, I'd probably use a lot of this for setting up streams. Just because it's a lot of fun. Yeah, I'm working on getting all the like editing and stuff like that done as well. Excuse me. Yeah, now a lot to talk about. So focused on the time crunch and just trying to get through things. Yeah, because last time we didn't get up here, we went over to the left of the town, which is where there's a battle with Gary. You can get Nidoran male and female. You can occasionally find a Mankey and sometimes a Spearow there as well, I believe. Yeah, once this is done, or once I'm done today, I'm gonna save this, exit it, copy the data file, and show you what I was talking about with the authentic cartridge reader. At one of the jobs that I previously worked at, I should have switched. That's what I get for not paying attention. Crap. I'm gonna swap those because I don't like Growl being the first move. Wow, you are really not that strong. There we go. Nidoran's supposed to be stronger than that, I think. Then again, they technically vary. It fluctuates. There's only like an average strength. There's not a guaranteed. Excuse me. Crying out loud. Oh. Yeah, so, too far. I have other plans, other games, other different camera stuff that I'm doing. Like I said, I think it's in the last video. This one is set up for my Game Boy emulator, but converter, more or less, because it is being played on official cartridges. It's just basically a translator between what the cartridge knows for the Game Boy controls and how the computer responds to it, to make them as close as possible. I need to swap if I want Jerry to live. I'll switch Claire back in, even though she's not as strong as she should be. Dang it. There we go. They're swapping, so that means they're about the same speed. Jerry is level 4. And yes, I did name because of Tom and Jerry, because I'm oh so clever. Yeah, anything you see that, by the way, or I talk about that's officially branded is not something that, like, I'm sponsored by. So, like, I'm drinking out of a Pepsi right now. That's just because I have a Pepsi and I'm drinking out of it. I've talked about this job. I don't work for them anymore. This Beetlejuice the Musical jacket, I went and saw it. Great musical, by the way. My Tamagotchis. I'm not sponsored by Tamagotchi, and I'm not sponsored by Disney or Lucasfilm for the R2-D2 one I have, or Universal and Amblin Entertainment for the Jurassic Park one that I have. I talk about Figment. Like I said, I'm not sponsored by Disney. I do not represent any of these brands or any of these companies. This is me being me. I'm just wearing a hat I like, a jacket I like, shirts I like, things like that. I mean, that's probably pretty obvious, because if I was sponsored by those, I would probably have a lot more of that stuff and a lot less of the other stuff. Pretty much, unless I specifically say that I'm sponsored by them, pretty good idea to assume I'm not sponsored by them. Although I guess that's just kind of simple logic, isn't it? Got myself stuck. Because the Pikachu will act as a roadblock on the first move towards them. Oh my god, you have to roam far to get new kinds of Pokemon. Look for other types outside of Viridian Forest. I don't remember if I did the old man one for last time, because I agreed to read the ones that we came through. So I might have skipped out on it, but it's basically, I've had my coffee now. I'll show you what you can do with Pokemon, and he teaches you how to catch them technically. This woman says, "Are you going to Viridian Forest? Be careful, it's a natural maze." Which is true. Apparently there's a way to cheat in extra Pokemon or something like that. I came here with some friends. They're out for Pokemon fights. There's like an old glitch or something like that. For poison, use antidote. Get it at Pokemon Marts. That's in regards to, like, Weedle. God, my throat. But yeah, as long as he hits, it should be fine. Yeah. in red and blue and green in Japan. You can also catch Pikachus in the grass. Caterpie, we don't have you yet. Get him, Jerry. My goodness. Luckily, I'm on the tail end of this sickness. I'm at the, you know, the nasty mucus stage. Yeah, I'm gonna give it the name I always do. That is named after a friend of mine, not the Australian band. I'm just gonna say that right now. One of my buddies, when we were growing up, he always had a Butterfree on his team. Every single time. It was like, it was his ace in the hole kind of a thing. So I've always named my Butterfrees after him. Whereas I preferred for this generation Weedle, and overall I actually prefer Spinarak. I've always thought Spinarak was a fun little one. If I remember correctly, that one is in Silver and only at night, because that was the first one to have the clock. Crystal, it's got both Ledybot and Spinarak. Day or night. I've been working on trying to get the rest of the cartridges that I need to fill in the gaps, because I've got yellow and red here. I should have a blue somewhere, I just don't know where right now. And then I have silver. I need to get gold and crystal, but crystal's going for almost $300 right now on most marketplaces. And, excuse me. I don't have that kind of money. Normally I'd be working a lot right now, but due to the issues that I'm having, I'm on medical leave. So, you know, just trying to get things taken care of. I get some small pay, but it's not enough to justify that. And with it being this close to the holiday seasons, you know, trying to get Christmas presents and things like that. So I'm going to save and cut it a little shorter than I did last time for the main gameplay itself. So I'm going to hit that. You can't see this, but it basically pops up a little window saying you are about to quit. Are you sure you want to exit? Yes. So here we are. This is what I was talking about. So right here, oh, you can't see behind me. It has the words play and data behind my camera. Let me, ooh, that's the wrong one. And by magic, I'm moving. Okay, so yeah, play and data here. Play is for playing the game. It's the Game Boy cartridge, the box for all the data. And it lets you know it is indeed an official cartridge by lighting that up. And it's not a read-only cartridge. Data here. This allows me to hold on to all the stuff. If you have old Game Boy games, this thing is an amazing, excuse me, amazing unit. I think it's called the Elgato. So I'm gonna back up the game. We're gonna put it right here inside of streaming. You can't even see that. Never mind. Don't worry about it. I'm putting it into the file I have for streaming. This way, if the data corrupts again, we can now upload the save from the same spot. So the save and the game are two separate entities. So I've put the game in there just in case it's got a problem, and I've put the save in there as well, so we can upload the save at any time. So we're good. But yeah, that's what I was talking about right there with the official cartridge thing. I do find this to be a very handy tool to have. Moving myself back over. Then we're going to do this really quick. And yeah, I'll just talk a little bit more. I don't have too much time left in my video. Yeah, you can see now that I got this in better. I've got like a Millennium Falcon right there. That one is an exclusive at Disneyland. Possibly Disney World as well. It is the one for Batuu. It even comes with its own exclusive little card. And it comes with Chewbacca, Hondo Ohnaka, V. Moraldi, or Morandi. I don't remember her name. To be honest, I haven't paid much attention to it. And then his custom R series unit with the shark teeth on the bottom of the head. Those V, Chewie, and Hondo are all in here, and then the R series is down here. Right over here, I've got Obi-Wan and Anakin's Eta 2 Starfighters. It's hard, you can't really see it from here, but right on this side where my finger is, I have a Delta 7, it's Anakin's. I've also got a few standing right here. It's weird doing this through that little window. I've got Jango Fett's Fire Spray 22 Corvette here. Used to be called Slave 1, now they're not doing that because the term slave has a negative connotation, and I totally get that. And a lot of people argue, you know, oh, well, it was never officially called that in any official stuff, except in some of the books it was, and in some of the games directly related to the movies it was. I mean, I'm not going to argue canon versus legends. I'm doing that in my D&D game that's based on Star Wars. I'm hybridizing the two, taking the parts that I like from both, and making my own lore, and having my players continue that lore as we go. There's certain things that I've set up for them that they can do, or that are like definites for my version of what's going on in the Star Wars universe, but none of it I consider like to be better than what Disney did, or better than what Lucas did when it was under his control. It's more or less like me and some friends having our own fun. Yeah, and here I've got 2 Vulture droids that came with the Obi-Wan and Anakin. That was a Target exclusive kit, and they have another one I want to get right now, which comes with the Episode 6 Falcon with the broken radar dish, and 2 TIE interceptors. And then that Falcon is crewed by Lando, Nien Nunb, and 2 Rebel Commandos. I know how to count. 2, definitely. Like I was saying, these are non-trading pins, or at least non-Disney trading pins. Those are all in there. I have some trading pins from Knott's in here. And then I have some pins on the top right here-ish, a little ways over this way. I don't know exactly where it stops fully. Those pins are cast member pins from the first time I was a cast member in the parks. I am a former cast member in that regard. And once again, I'm not speaking for the brand or the company or anything like that. I'm speaking on my own behalf. Yeah, I've got a DJ Rex up there. I keep trying to point with this arm because I'm right-hand dominant, but right there. And then that's a Vader light. You hit the button on the bottom, it breathes, and the mask lights up. And then these silver parts right here. Those are droid parts. That is for a B1 battle droid. I'm working on him. My goal is to make him be able to see and at least speak a little bit. I'd love for him to have some automated dialogue, meaning like if the cameras pick up lightsabers, it might make a Jedi comment or something like that. But that's a pipe dream, in all honesty. I'm probably not going to be able to get there due to time constraints and just everything else that's going on right now. But yeah, so yeah, whenever I start up the game, this is what I get to see. I'll leave it up a little longer, is this for this one or any of the other Game Boy games that I can play. I've got them all stashed actually in the cabinet behind me. I love the little descriptors they have for them. I think it's great. I think it's really well designed. But yeah, I'm hoping to put in some of the stuff off of the capture card eventually. I do have occasional Fortnite stuff. I'm really upset right now. I was supposed to get the capture for the Fortnite event because I do a little bit of Fortnite here and there. And I had it all set up. I did everything cinematically as possible, minimizing, despite my love of the character, minimizing her presence within the video as much as possible. And it just kind of, sorry, I was setting something up for later. I didn't realize it was going to cut to that automatically. That's on me. Lesson learned. Don't do that until the stream's done. But, is that a phone call? No. Shoot, what was I saying? Oh yeah, the software that I was using at the time to capture that didn't capture it. I've told it to record anytime, anywhere, no matter what, and it didn't work. And I didn't plan it, otherwise I would have had this up, and you would have heard me and my brother-in-law talking, and then him talking to his friends, and all of us talking trash. I was trying to get it as silent as possible with the Eminem crossover to show off the new music mode, the view in the Lego mode, which I've done some gameplay of, and I'm probably going to pop into it at some point and be like, oh, this is what's going on. It's pretty cool. I'm enjoying myself. You know, it's fun. Huge fan of Lego, as you can see. With like, it's a little hard to tell because I only have that one out, but I have a lot of Lego sets. Yeah, we got a lot going on. Oh, and this is new from last time. This is my Halloween costume, which ended up being a failure because I had to take my glasses off and then I couldn't see because the mask was sitting awkwardly on my face. So this is now going to be my D&D robe. It was supposed to be Ghostface. And I was hoping my brother-in-law would actually get a second costume because we were going to go as the first two Ghostfaces, and I was going to be Matthew Lillard's character, Stu. Which I think I've worn my Five Nights stuff before. I'm a huge Five Nights fan as well. I will probably be doing some of that as well on here. But just to wrap it up, because I'm looking at my time limit here, and I've got about a minute and a half left before I'm going to get off just to be comfortable. I will be doing some FNAF stuff. I'm actually going to be making pizzas tomorrow to watch the FNAF movie. I still haven't seen it. Shame on me, I know. But yeah, I want to thank everybody who comes by to watch this video. I want to thank everybody who is willing to listen to me. If you like this content and you don't mind me rambling, or I talk about something and it sounds interesting to you, feel free to suggest it. I'm going to post a link below and on my main profile page directed to the Discord server I have. I apologize for the screen shaking. That was one of the things I was awkward about. It's because of this. But yeah, I do hope that everyone who stops by has enjoyed themselves, and that everyone who decides to follows in with happiness. You know, feeling like, hey, I've got confidence that I'm going to enjoy continuing to watch this. I will occasionally post small videos that are going to be silent. It's because on my PlayStation and my Xbox, I don't have a microphone. I know the PlayStation controller has one, but I usually leave it muted because I often play games with people and I don't want to be duplicated while I'm talking through Discord or whatever. I may do more with that in the future, but I'm going to go for now. So thank you all for stopping by, and see you next time.